There we go. That is the living room. Pretty much all decorated. Just got the window boards to do, and then obviously the skirting and that when we put the after we put the floor down. So there we go. We've gone for, well, there's 3 colours in this room. Brilliant white on the ceiling, Egyptian cotton on the feature wall, and timeless on the rest. I think that's quite a nice contrast. I'll show it you in daylight as well, because it does actually look different in daylight. But this room has really transformed from what it was. So the next job now is get this floor completely cleaned, because it needs self-leveling, which is what I'm going to do after, and then get the flooring laid, and I'll show you the flooring. It's an engineered wood floor, 18mm. I think it's like a 4mm veneer of oak. It's going to look pretty good, that. So there we go. That is that. And I think as well, it's about time I show you the fireplace in completed look. So all the, you've seen obviously all the brickwork and that before, but the actual log burner, the hearth, everything. So what I'll do is I'll get all the covering took off, I'll get it cleaned, and I'll show you that and you see what you think. There we go. That is the fireplace, and most importantly, the fire. Now obviously it's not on, as you can see. I've given it a little bit of a clean down, that's why it's still a bit damp in places. There's a little spot there, because we have been using this. I mean, we've had this in since I think like beginning of December, and we've been using it pretty much ever since then. And we clean it every so often, get a bit of muck off the glass. I mean, there's still a little bit on there and a bit dripped off onto the stone. It was worse than that. I have cleaned it, it's just a little bit stubborn. I'm not worried about it at all. I'll just get some like proper stone soot remover, whatever, cleaner stuff, and get it a really good clean, and then probably seal it. I didn't seal it when I first put it in because the stone was absolutely wet through. I mean, it had been sat outside for God knows how long. And obviously stone is a natural product, it comes out of the ground, so it's naturally wet. Also, it's going to spend the rest of its life indoors, so it will dry out, and I think it has dried out. Actually, it does dry a little bit lighter than what it is now. But yeah, I'm not worried about that stain. That back slab there is actually all one piece, 50mm thick this here. The actual hearth, again, 50mm thick. It's actually 6 foot long, that. I forgot how much it cost. I think it was about 800 quid for the lot, which is quite expensive for 2 pieces of stone, but I think it finishes it off, you know, with the bull nose on it and everything. I mean, when I ordered it, they were like, wow, that's quite a big piece of stone. And I was like, well, it is what it is. The first thing they said to me it won't be cheap. I went, well, you don't get to do this sort of every day, so it's been worth every penny. A little bit about the fire. It's a stove axe, County 5, I think it's called. It's a multi-fuel, so basically we can burn wood, coal. I'm not going to say anything because you're not meant to burn anything. I mean, I just burn most of the timber from site and any logs that I manage to get my hands on. But mostly it's timber from work, you know, offcuts of stud work and that, which you're not actually meant to burn, but it's free, and I ain't turning down free heat, which is essentially what this is. I mean, you'll notice there's no radiators in here now. We've took them out. So this is our main heat source, and you know, you might have one of these, you might not, but if you're one of those that don't have one of these, they kick out an immense amount of heat to the point where it doesn't get unbearable, but it gets really warm. I had one in my mum and dad's house, and like it got to a point where you nearly had to open a window. You know, if you had like all the doors closed and whatever, because their rooms are similar size to this one. Yeah, they kick out a lot of heat. They're brilliant. I love them. And, well, that's why we've had one fitted. So I think the stove was about £2,500, I think. We fitted it ourselves. Just need to get it signed off by building control, which we'll get around to doing. But we've followed all the guides and everything, and it doesn't leak. You know, we've done tests, like, you know, smoke tests and whatever. It's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's it really. Just looks yeah, looks fantastic. But that's not all. Just come over here. Now, this little light switch. I think I've shown you the lights before. So, one switch does one light, the other switch does the others. If you look, there's a third one here. If I turn that third one on, oh yeah. Now that just completes it. Turn the other lights back on. There we go. Lovely LED strip just behind the lintel. I just think that'll look so good. You know, we're going to have the telly in that corner. We're going to have the sofa there. I think on a night with the lights off and just that on, I think it just looks so like cosy and inviting. When the fire's on, it'll look brilliant. I'll get another video when that is the case. I mean, we are starting to get into the warmer months again. Spring's coming, so we'll probably not be having that on as much. But hopefully, I might even just put it on for the sake of the video, even if it is red hot outside. It won't harm it for a video. But yeah, I love it. I said before I even built this, I wanted to have LED lights in it. I've seen so many pictures on the internet or whatever. That was a must. And also my dad, he delivered once again. I can't thank him enough. If I show you, it's just, what's he fixed it to? he's fixed it to the lintel, and then it goes into a conduit there, which then goes into the garage. And this is actually it's dimmable, so we can actually adjust how bright it is. But we've set it to that brightness we think is all right. But I don't know, I might have a play about with it again once the room's done, see how we feel. But it's like it's a special sort of heat resistant LED strip, specifically made for fireplaces like this. I forgot how much it was, but it's worth sort of every penny to achieve this this look. So there we go. Let me know what you think of it. I'm absolutely made up. I mean, all the you know, how it just sort of just comes, it just seems to come out from the wall. I mean, I think the colours really complement it as well. I know it's dark, so like I said, they do look a little bit different in natural daylight, but yeah. And then with the oak flooring, we've got a grey sofa. I think we're having grey curtains. Yeah, I mean, we're not done yet, but we're certainly getting there. So obviously, once everything's done, do another video, and yeah, sort of a bit yeah, a little bit speechless because I'm just going to shut up. Anyway, forget that. We're on to self-leveling this floor next, and I'll show you the stuff that we're using. It's here, it's Ardex. Did my research on this stuff, and apparently this is the best stuff to use. Again, wasn't cheap. I think spent just under £1,000 on leveler for the floor, but with this floor and how it is, apparently it's the best stuff to use because it's like a bitumen sort of adhesive that does not come up. You can see where when I took the tiles up, it actually took some of the concrete with it, so the stuff that is still down is stuck like shit to a blanket. So yeah, I've been advised to use the Ardex stuff. Like I said, wasn't cheap, but I don't want any sort of comebacks and don't want it coming up in a few years to come. I'd rather sort of spend the money now, and it's sort of done forever then. So that's the next job. Give the floor a clean. I'm going to give it another clean, and then we'll get on with leveling. So probably stick it on time lapse, and you can watch me and Holly level our living room floor. There we go. Flat as a pancake. Now, it's not level. My intention was not really to get it level because the build-up was too much in this corner. So it all falls this way. The main thing, there was a dip in the middle, and I've ironed that out now. So I've just had the level on it, and there's no gaps underneath. It does fall slightly from that corner to that corner, but I'm not bothered about that. So yeah, it's a little bit like where this started drying versus where that was wet. It's a little bit, it's like splattered, but it's smooth. So yeah, didn't use as much as I thought it would. Took 10 bags of that leveler. So it's not as expensive, not as much as I thought it would have used. But I've still got the hallway and the dining room to do, so I have got some left over for that. But yeah, I'll get one final check just to make sure I'm happy with everything. But I think it'll be all right. I'm ready for flooring. So yeah, the next video you'll see is me starting to put the flooring down and get this room finished.